Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of CoinNewsExtra interview session. It's a program where we invite personalities in the blockchain, crypto, and fintech space to come talk about the ecosystem and the impact they are making and the state of the ecosystem. So today I have with me great innovators and personalities in the ecosystem. I have with me Dr. Naseem Naqvi, who is the president of the British Blockchain Association. Dr. Naseem, you are welcome to CoinNewsExtra.
Hello. Yes.
Thank you very much. Also joining Dr. Naseem is Dr. Solomon Uwagbole, who is a tech evangelist. Dr. Solomon, you're welcome to CoinNewsExtra.
Okay, thanks, Lee, for the introduction, and I'm also the BBA advisor to Nigeria.
Interesting. Nice to have you all in this interview session. We really appreciate that. So let's move. But before we go straight, briefly, I would like to know your background, just briefly. Let me start with Dr. Naseem. What's your background?
So, great question. Well, thank you very much for inviting me to this interview. My background is medicine. I'm a medical doctor. I've been a doctor for the last 20 years. And for National Health Service in the UK, and I'm also been involved with the blockchain and distributed ledgers for the past 4 or 5 years. First heard about it a few years ago, and then really took this rabbit hole, I would say, and went down really very deep, and actually enrolled on an MSc program in digital currencies, and learned a few bits about the technology and the impact of that on the society. So people will say, yeah, background fixing healthcare during the day and the technology infrastructures by night.
What a wonderful combination. That's a nice combination. Thank you very much. Dr. Solomon, let's just have a brief about you.
Okay, I'm Dr. Solomon Uwagbole, and I have been in the IT field for over 25 years. I have worked across the world, and I have also lived in different parts of the world. I started as a developer, and one of the projects I worked on was payment gateway. That was about 20-something years back in Singapore, that before the dot-com boom in the year 2000. And I have also done quite a lot of trading that takes me across the world, starting from Singapore, Australia, Japan, United States, UK, where I live. I have worked in different areas. My PhD is in artificial intelligence, which I have worked on for many years. In recent years, I have started with blockchain. My interest is mostly using blockchain to address some social issues that are found in Africa. Example of that is accountability, strong institutions. Because blockchain, if you looked at the whole idea of blockchain, it looks like it was meant for Africa. Just as the mobile phone have done revolution in Africa, I see blockchain will leapfrog the continent. Let me stop there before I run away with it.
Okay, nice one. That's nice to hear from both of you. Dr. Naseem, okay, let's just have a brief about the British Blockchain Association and about the event.
Yeah, so British Blockchain Association is a very large organization. I would say if you want to sum up in one line, I would say the vision is to help translate science into practice. So bridge the gap between the research, academia, and the industry. So that's the kind of the core vision. And we have many divisions or arm length bodies, if you like, and they operate quite autonomously. We have our Center for Evidence-Based, as discussed earlier, which is a very global coalition of blockchain research institutions, academics, industry leaders, advancing evidence-based standards in blockchain and distributed ledgers. And the whole objective is to set these benchmarks and frameworks to support governments, businesses, policymakers in making better decisions, evidence-based decisions. So Solomon is one of our advisors at the Center for Evidence-Based Blockchain for Nigeria. And we have many advisors across the globe working on various joint initiatives, workshops, journal clubs, and various other activities. So we are very close-knit networking platform there. We also have our industry advisory board with representatives from many large blockchain enterprises such as IBM, Ripple, R3, Microsoft, etc. We have a student forum, which is very global. We also have a student network in many universities across we also host our international scientific conference every year in March. The last one was in Edinburgh, where I met with Solomon. And also we have a journal, which is a scientific research journal called the JBBA, the Journal of the British Association, which has more than 130 editors, and I would say more than 150 reviewers in about 59 countries. It's an open access journal, and we have curated research there that has been cited and referenced by Parliament, members of Parliament, and European Commission, World Bank, and many other institutions around the globe. So it is already creating impact. In terms of what is Center for Evidence-Based Blockchain, I would say it's a think tank, a center for excellence, advancing scientific and research-backed solutions and recommendations. So what we do is we make sure that the members are on the right track straight away. So we give them the frameworks, the strategies to help them evaluate their projects, to conduct a critical appraisal of the strengths and weaknesses of their projects before they put it forward for implementation. We all advise members on where to look for quality information, how to structure their projects, which is very important. As Solomon was saying earlier, blockchain is meant for Africa. Because when you are in an emerging economy, when the resources are tight, it's very, very important that you start very well and spend a lot of time talking to startups and organizations and SMEs. And really, really is very, very important that you start well. You have solid foundation. You clearly identify a problem that you're trying to solve. You have evidence that the problem exists, how you are going to solve them, how is your intervention better than anyone else, and why should policymakers and other officials and regulators listen to you and consider your solution instead of somebody else. So we spend a lot of time on education. We offer executive education programs for senior decision makers. If you go on our YouTube channel, we are very neutral. We are very multidisciplinary. So we don't promote any one company or any one enterprise. We are very neutral. So you may find lots of educational talks and webinars and seminars on our YouTube channel. We also have an online portal which operates 24/7, which provides a very excellent networking opportunity. So we have got academics, we have got industry leaders, some of the best in the field currently, and they discuss their research projects and many others. So in a nutshell, what we do at the Center for Evidence-Based Blockchain. The conference that we are hosting is our first for Africa, and Solomon is our appointed advisor. So that's kind of in a nutshell what we are doing.
That's nice. Dr. Solomon, what can you say about the program? What was the reason for this program, and what do you intend to achieve?
Yes. Right. So the reason for the program is the interesting thing that is happening in Africa at the moment is there is just no blockchain event you go to, even in Africa or across the world. The buzzword is Africa is the future of blockchain. I think you that is there, you know what is happening. There's a lot of blockchain event. With the COVID-19, I have seen a lot of activities in Nigeria. Now, for some few years now, there has been a lot of startup. Now, with startup, you want to make sure that you do not make mistake, especially when people money investment is at stake. Now, the best way to do that, as Naseem, Dr. Naseem has pointed out, is to have an evidence of how the project have been implemented, if it has been done before, what are the failures, what are the mistakes that were there that you shouldn't make. Now, this is the reason, because there is a lot of activities in Nigeria. These blockchain applications, cryptocurrency applications, DeFi applications that are being built, will they stand evidence? If they are put through an evidence, will they stand it? Do they follow white paper? If I take you back to the blockchain itself, it is a research-based that was invented by Satoshi Nakamoto. This is something coming from years of research. Before Satoshi, there were a lot of similar ideas that came out. Some failed, like the work done by David Chauhan. But looking at those previous research papers, Satoshi knows what is the best approach to have solved the problems that were there as to have the Bitcoin everyone that everyone is going for today. So also in Nigeria and Africa, they have to have access to gold standard peer review research paper. So if you want to build an affordable blockchain, there has to be local knowledge, local developers who are able to build the technology. Let me tell you, the cost or the salary for a blockchain engineer anywhere else in the world is so high that it will be very difficult for them to relocate to Africa, except they own the business. So if Africa have to build an affordable system, they have to have their own people who are able to build the systems. And to be able to have your own people, you need to have access to resources. And this is where the BBA comes in, the British Blockchain Association, which has peer review, open access research material, that if somebody is building blockchain, whether it is a fintech company that is starting up, whether the university, whether the government wanting to implement blockchain, there is a lot of resources within the BBA that they can tap into free of charge because it is an open access. So I think I will leave the other part of this to Naseem to talk about the membership of the BBA. So let me stop here before I run away with this.
Before we go to membership of the BBA, who are some of the speakers that we are expecting that we'll be talking about?
Okay, so the speakers, we have quite distinguished speakers. We have Dr. Roger Kuranteng. Dr. Roger Kuranteng is the head of public sector governance of the Commonwealth Secretariat, London. Then we also have Professor Ndubisi Ekikwe. Professor Ndubisi Ekikwe is a renowned professor. We have Professor Ndubisi Ekikwe. Professor Ndubisi Ekikwe is quite a renowned professor. Before I even move to Professor Ndubisi Ekigwe, Dr. Kurante will be presenting the use of blockchain to address corruption. That is what Dr. Kurante will be speaking about. Then the event will be introduced, or the event there will be a keynote speaker by Dr. Naseem Naqvi, who will be presenting the evidence-based blockchain, what it is, and what is the British Blockchain Association. Then Professor Ndubisi Ekigwe will be presenting. We'll be presenting. Can you just pause there and let me? Professor Ndubisi Ekigwe will be presenting blockchain to centuries-old postulation by Pythagoras that the world is made up of numbers, which is quite an interesting area. So he will be connecting blockchain with numbers. So that is what he is going to be looking at. Then Dr. Solomon Uwagbole will be presenting building sustainable, cost-efficient blockchain application for Africa. Then Paul Esefulukwe, who is the CBAM president, will be presenting the blockchain or cryptocurrency projects timeline in Nigeria. These are the distinguished guests who are going to be presenting that very day. Now, the interesting thing between each of these sessions, you have networking sessions. So you will be able to speak to the presenters after each of these sessions. There will be question and answers and ability to also speak to the presenters. Now, if you are going to be busy that very day and you have just 1 hour, the time for each of the presenters are also out so that you can choose your favorite presenter of that day and jump into his session.
Interesting. Let's talk about
Solomon,
okay.
Solomon, just tell me one thing. When somebody is giving a talk, can people also speak to other speakers at the same time in a parallel room somewhere?
They have that option, but the option I put up after each of these session, then I will move everyone to lobby where we will network.
Okay, I see. So it's all like one program. Okay.
Yes, all in one program.
They're
so
parallel.
Yes.
Okay, okay, Dr. Naseem, talking about the membership of the British Blockchain Association, how can one assess that?
Yeah, so membership, all the information is available on our website. But I would suggest that any organization, especially organizations in Africa, we are slightly different from other organizations. We actually talk to our organizations first before they join. So I personally arrange sessions with them on what exactly is their objective, what are they doing, which areas they need help, because every organization is different. We are very different from some of the other member associations that you just pay and you join and then they get their logo put on the website. No, we operate slightly differently. So our focus is on quality. So we don't just accept anybody. We talk to them first. We arrange a meeting with them, find out what is their key priorities, what are they doing exactly in blockchain, what is their goal, what's their vision, and then give them some information, some guidance, and also tell them about our organization, something that they may not be able to find on our website, or they may have some queries. So the point I want to make is that any organization or anywhere, if they're interested in becoming a part of, and then we work very, very closely with them. So we don't just, okay, yeah, you have joined and now we leave them. We work very, very closely. We involve them in our initiatives. We involve them in Center for Evidence-Based Blockchain. We invite them to our scientific conferences. We highlight and showcase their work in our scientific journal, and the journal is distributed worldwide in 20 countries. So the way we work is slightly different, but our focus is on quality, and we make sure that we are actually helping our members on what they need rather than what we are offering. So we start by having a discussion first. So this is how we kind of work.
Thank you very much. Before we draw the curtain on today's episode of CoinNewsExtra interview, Dr. Solomon, how can one access this conference? What's the details, the date, and on what platform?
Okay, so on LinkedIn at the moment, I have a link to AirMeet. This is where this event will be hosted, and on LinkedIn, CoinNewsExtra. So the links are available to the AirMeet, where you can register and join the conference on the 21st of October, starting from 12 noon West Africa time. At this time of the year, the London and the West African time or Lagos time is the same.
Interesting.
And Solomon, once they have registered, then they get a link, and then on the day they just click on the link, and then the dial-in is straight.
No, what actually happened with AirMeet, when you register on that very day, you actually have an account. When you register, you create an account. On that very day, you log into your AirMeet account and you see the event on the dashboard. You click on it, you join the event. It's quite straightforward.
Interesting. Dr. Naseem, what's your closing remark?
Sorry, say it again.
What's your closing remark?
My closing remarks is join the conference. You will get an opportunity to meet Solomon, meet myself, and other esteemed speakers. Connect with us on LinkedIn. We are on LinkedIn. We are on Twitter, Facebook. If you have any queries, you can email us directly. Solomon is also on LinkedIn. And just do quality work, do good work, make sure it's evidence-based, and make sure you start well, so that further down the line, you are on the right track, you are on evidence-based track, and when your project, your program, your idea, your blockchain solution, when it comes under scrutiny by the government, by the regulators, then you have the sound footing, you have done your basics right. As Solomon said, you are based your work on peer-reviewed data, high-quality evidence. So further down the line, you sail smoothly. And this is how we are helping our members and our partners as well, in helping them understand what is evidence-based practice and how it works. That's my closing.
Thank you very much, Dr. Solomon.
Yes, to build affordable blockchain in Africa, as I've said, it is quite a costly technology. But if you have people on the ground who are able to write code, build application, it becomes affordable in Africa. Blockchain is not all about power consumptions. There are other ways, other consensus algorithms that do not use a lot of power. We have example proof of stakes, which can easily be implemented by university students or those who are in blockchain space to build their own blockchain applications. So there is a lot of opportunities. whether in the government, solving some social issues. There is a lot of opportunities for blockchain in Africa. So by attending this conference, you will know where the resources are for you to build blockchain, to also know whether your activities in blockchains are right. How do you validate your activities in blockchain? So this is what this conference is going to do for you.
Yes, we've seen what blockchain, the importance of blockchain to businesses, government, and society. So come join us, join the program on the 21st of this month, that's October, to hear more on how you leverage on blockchain, and you meet distinguished speakers that will be gracing the occasion. Thank you very much, Dr. Solomon, for joining us today on CoinNewsExtra interview.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you so much,
Thank you very
Dr.
much.
Naseem.
Point.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Thank
Bye
you.
bye.